Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Monday, the 27th of June. India becomes full member of Missile Technology Control Regime. Madhesis hold a demonstration against Nepal government, demand basic necessities. And Indian football fans disappointed over Messi's unexpected retirement from international arena. And now for all the details. India on Monday became a member of Missile Technology Control Regime, or the MTCR. It is a voluntary partnership among the member states to prevent the proliferation of missile and unmanned aerial vehicle technology capable of carrying a 500-kilogram payload for at least 186 miles. A report.
India on Monday joined the Missile Technology Control Regime as its 35th member. Indian Foreign Secretary S. Jaishankar signed the instrument of accession to MTCR in the presence of ambassadors of France, Netherlands and Luxembourg in New Delhi. The admission of India to the MTCR will open the way for New Delhi to become a significant arms exporter for the first time, which will boost its Made in India program. New Delhi will also be able to buy high-end missile technology and high surveillance drones such as the US Predator made by privately held General Atomics. The membership of the MTCR would also require India to comply with rules such as a maximum missile range of 186 miles that seeks to prevent arms race from developing.
If you talk in the layman's term, it will give us a kind of a leverage to export some of our supersonic missile systems to other countries, plus transfer of technologies from the MTCR countries to us and vice versa.
India, since its civil nuclear deal with the US, had been trying to become the member of export control regimes like Nuclear Suppliers Group, MTCR, the Australia Group and the Wassenaar Arrangement that regulate the conventional, nuclear, biological and chemical weapons and technologies.
Kashmiri leaders have expressed serious concerns over the deteriorating condition of health sector, high stillbirths and maternal mortality rate in Pakistan-administered Kashmir. They have blamed Pakistani government for not providing enough facilities despite such grave reports.
Lack of maternal care in Pakistan-administered Kashmir has put future of mothers-to-be and their unborn children at great risk. According to reports, 54 babies out of every 1,000 are stillbirths or first-day deaths in the region. From the lack of female doctors and non-conducive environment to reluctance of medical staff to work in the region due to extreme weather conditions, a host of factors are responsible for the high rate of stillbirth and maternal mortality. Kashmiri leaders have blamed the Pakistan government for ignoring the grave issue. They say that locals of the region have to go to bigger cities in Pakistan for simple medical tests.
पाकिस्तान के ज़ेरे इंतज़ाम जो कश्मीर है तो वहाँ पे हेल्थ फैसिलिटीज़ ना होने के बराबर हैं। इंटरनेशनल कम्युनिटी ने अर्थक्वेक के बाद वहाँ पे खासी इन्वेस्टमेंट की। मुज़फ़्फ़राबाद में एक हॉस्पिटल बनाया, मॉडर्न हॉस्पिटल रावलाकोट में बनवाया। के लोकल लोगों को ट्रेन करने के बजाय जो मॉडर्न इक्विपमेंट था तो वो शिफ्ट कर दिया गया इस्लामाबाद और रावलपिंडी के हॉस्पिटल्स में।
Despite glaring statistics, the Pakistan government has failed to bring the situation under control in the illegally occupied region.
Moving on to news from Afghanistan, dozens have been killed in heavy infighting between Islamic State militants and Afghan security forces. These attacks indicate that Islamic State remains a potential threat in Afghanistan, where the government is already battling Taliban insurgents. The fighting began late on Friday in the Kot area of Rodar district in eastern Nangarhar province after a contingent of Islamic fighters attacked police checkposts, authorities said. Scores of people are said to have been forced out of their homes. Afghanistan has alleged that Pakistani madrasas or religious seminaries continue to train, fund and send terrorists to wage war in the conflict-torn country. Madrasas in Pakistan has always been linked to terrorism.
The Afghan Ministry of Defense claimed that terrorists currently fighting the Afghan security forces are fostered in the Pakistani madrasas or religious seminaries. Up to 45,000 madrasas in Pakistan continue to train and fund terrorists to fight against Afghanistan. The terrorists are educated and equipped and then dispatched to Afghanistan to attack the Afghan government forces, the ministry alleged. The majority of terrorists captured by Afghan forces in the battles have confessed that they are trained and equipped in Pakistan madrasas and then sent to Afghanistan to fight. The statement comes a week after the provincial government of Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa announced to provide around $4.4 million to Darul Uloom Haqqani Madrasa to meet its annual expenditures. The madrasa is also known as the University of Jihad for having several top Afghan Taliban leaders among its alumni, including former Taliban chief Mullah Omar, who received an honorary doctorate from the seminary.
Nepal's Madhesi community, which have been agitating for over last 9 months, demanding rights in the newly promulgated constitution in the country, are now fighting for basic necessities in their region. Members of Nepal Sadbhavna Party staged a demonstration in southern Birganj to express their discontent over the poor facilities provided by the administration. Demonstrators stated that people are suffering due to severe power outages, sewage and poor road connectivity. Protesters have warned to hold a massive protest to press for their demands.
वो सरिस्वा नदी है, उस नदी में इतना कचरा भर गया है कि वहाँ पर अगल बगल में बैठने वाले को बीमारी ही बीमारी हो रहा है। इसको सफाई किया जाए। उसके साथ साथ जो भी नगरवासी के ऊपर जो कर के खाली कर सरकार के द्वारा कर लिया जा रहा है, कर में मतलब कर में थपने का काम हो रहा है, लेकिन जनता को जो सुविधा देना चाहिए वो सुविधा नहीं दे रहा है।
Fans of Argentine football player Lionel Messi have been left disappointed as the 29-year-old announced his retirement from international football on Monday. In India too, Messi fans could not rue less at the imminent prospect not seeing their favourite player in Argentine jersey.
After missing a penalty shootout against Chile in the final of Copa America 2016, Argentine forward Lionel Messi has decided to hang up his boots. The shock waves of his bombshell were felt in India too, where his fans expressed disappointment.
It was really shocking because at this young age, I think he should have had more, at least 2 or 3 years more of football. And since he had not won anything for his country, I think maybe that could be the reaction. His reaction could be that. So I feel it's a big loss for the footballing world.
Many hoped the star footballer would reconsider his decision and get back to the Argentine squad.
I think Messi's retirement is very, very unfortunate. I think it's taken more on emotion, and I'm sure he will take a little time to review it. And I hope Argentina fans, President of Argentina, and especially Diego Maradona, could come forward and request Messi to not retire, because I don't think 29 is the right age to retire. And hopefully, I'm sure he will take the decision and come back to playing international football.
For kids who have been idolizing Messi, the news of his retirement was a major setback.
I feel very sad because his free kicks are really good and I really like him. I wish he had continued. I take that very seriously because he's my favorite player. He should have continued. He's not that old. Messi! Messi!
The atmosphere in the city of Mysore in India's southern Karnataka province was not as usual. The city on Monday witnessed grand royal wedding of its king Yaduvir Vadyar.
The Amba Vilas Palace in southern Mysore was a sight to reckon as its titular king Yaduvir Vadyar tied knot to Rajasthani royalty Trishika Kumari Singh. The historic Mysore Palace witnessed a royal wedding for the first time in 40 years as grandeur and splendor of the city came together. The wedding was solemnized in a Hindu tradition, and dozens of royal families and thousands of dignitaries from across India and abroad were invited. 24-year-old Vadiyar is a Boston graduate and is the 27th king of Mysore. Mysore kings, known as Vadiyars, ruled present-day southern Karnataka for over 550 years. People in old Mysore region of Karnataka still revere Vadiyar rulers for their contribution to society, including establishment of industries and educational institutions.
It's time for one of the most awaited monsoon festivals in India. Saujao festival is being celebrated with religious fervor in India's western province of Goa.
Goa in Western India is popular for festivals and parties. And come monsoon, both the young and old immerse themselves into festivities. Goans get decked up with colourful costumes, wear fruits and flowers to celebrate the Saujao festival, which is dedicated to Saint John the Baptist.
We celebrate this with a good fever. The main thing of Saint John the Baptist is that Saint John the Baptist was the forerunner of Jesus Christ, where he brought in the baptism.
Traditionally, revelers take a plunge on the family well, rivers or ponds and claim a reward of seasonal jackfruit, pineapple and other fruits.
What these people have done is very interesting. They have tried to infuse the traditional ways of celebration along with the modern ways. So as you can see, they're playing modern music, but all around you have jackfruit.
The festival draws a large number of tourists to Goa who get a slice of the age-old tradition and culture of the province.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. India becomes full member of Missile Technology Control Regime. Madhesis hold demonstration against Nepal government, demand basic necessities. And Indian football fans disappointed over Messi's unexpected retirement from international arena. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.